friends. Welcome back to the Afi Oro channel and welcome back to the 5-week reflection challenge. I'm LaVey and I'm happy to be here with you and to guide you through these 5 weeks of self-reflection. So this week is the second week, and this week we will be focusing on the mental state of nourishing ourselves and taking care of ourselves. So the second question for this week is, how did you strengthen your mind? How did you strengthen your mind throughout the day? And this can be different habits that you might be trying to break. This could mean different ways of thinking that you've been trying to push yourself to. So maybe you are trying to get out of the fear mindset and into the growth mindset. And that takes a certain amount of daily habit practicing, as well as things like, not being so reactionary. Maybe things that your children do or things that your coworkers do, make you lash out. Maybe you feel like you need to be short with these people, when really it's more of an inward practice of things like patience, right? So this is what I mean when I say, how did you strengthen your mind today? This is the part that we get into our life where it's about willpower. What is within our will and what is not within our will? So these are things that I feel like help throughout the day. If I'm going to get upset about a long line, traffic, somebody, the call dropping, and I have to call back and do everything all over again, I can only control what my attitude is about that action, about that event, really, right? I mean, what can I really do about a dropped call? I'm calling them back and I'm just going to redo it unless I feel like, that was too much, I'll try another day. So there are different things throughout the day where I know that we can find ways to strengthen our mind, to choose the harder thing to do, which is to usually have patience, to forgive, to not lash back or say something back to an unkind comment. These are things that I feel like really do strengthen the mind. So when I think of strengthening my mind, I think of pushing against the boundaries and all the limitations that are already there and things that I already feel like I believe or am using in my everyday life that might not be the best for me, that actually might be hindering me. So when I think about these habits and practices that I do and reactions and words even that I say to others or say to myself, I try to change those. So that way we're really strengthening that muscle, that memory muscle, to think differently, to act differently in the future. So as you go throughout the day, maybe take note of that. And when you reflect on the end of the day, say, you know what, I actually was really patient with that clerk or with my son when usually he wants to do this and I want him to not do this. Did you freak out and try to control the situation, or did you just let it flow and say, okay, so what my plan was for the moment is not what the universe had in mind, so we're just gonna go with the flow, right? Going with the flow. It's an old saying, but that's really what we find to be the path of least resistance, is when we go with the flow. So how did you strengthen your mind today? And make sure that you take note of that every day. And let me know how you did in the comments or follow on Instagram at LaVey, LOVEAYYE. And you can also follow the journey of the Way Home Journal and its release and launch, which will be happening in April. And that is also to be found at the Way Home Journal on Instagram. And obviously here on YouTube, you can follow us, our journey to release this journal, which is super exciting. I can't wait. And on Thursday, we'll do another check-in video for everybody to see how everybody did with strengthening their mind this week. Okay, so with this being the second week of the 5-week challenge, I did also want to say, not only are we going to be doing the new question of how did you strengthen your mind today, for every day of the week, we're also going to continue with last week's question, how did you nourish your body? So those are 2 questions every day this week that you will answer for yourself. Just, think of it in your mind. Soon you will be able to write it into here, so that will be awesome. But yes, how did you do both of those things? How did you accomplish that for yourself and show up for yourself? Okay, let me know. How I strengthen my mind today. Strengthening requires pushing oneself to a new level that is challenging and uncomfortable. Our minds have created pathways over time that make up our current habits and ways of thinking. To truly accomplish positive change and create the life we desire, it is necessary to form new neural pathways by forming new habits.